The first like 10 minutes of the game.
Welcome, everybody, to the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum here at the very happiest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. My name is Owen Money, and this is Jammerlocks, and the Three Blockers, the third bout of the year, and we're going to get it started. Joining me today is...
Hi, it's October Revolution.
October Revolution is here, and we are introducing right now the Violent Friends. The Violent Friends are number 00 Marlboro Dread, number quad 0, insert name here. I actually had to type insert name here. 00 is 009 is Flintstone, 1066 is Sank Fight, number 11 is Pop Roxy, number 13 Torrential Pain, 1300 is Katarina Hit, number 227 is Electric Cutie, number 23 is Snarly Parker, number 36 Disco Stream, 44 is Jim Rat, 8 is Batty Longlegs, number 842 is Rift Track, number 29 is Zaboom Afu, and the bench staff is Lumberjill, Super Hut, and Amanita.
Super Hut is actually playing.
Super Hut's playing? Okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
Number 3. No,
They scribbled stuff at me, and I
You
just
say
said
it,
okay.
I scribbled it. That's why I'm
Okay.
correcting it. It's my bad handwriting.
That's
is
how
what
we
is,
know. That's how we know.
That's what's at fault here is that
Well, yeah.
I wrote with a pen on a piece of paper.
And we can't have that, can we,
No,
folks?
no one should let me do that if they ever want to read what it actually says. So.
Never happening again, we promise. Do you want to tell people about the Kilmores?
Yeah, let's hear about the Kilmores. So we've got number 120, Face Smelter. Number 1313, that's Lemony Kickit. 144, Bacon, Egg, and Wheeze. Number 17, that's Sailor Doom. 193, Giraffic Jam. 1949, Red Panda. 20, that's Slim Sadie. 300, that's Aerial Assault. 314 is Ample Pie. 1978 is Weird Val Shankovich. Number 42 is A Girl Has No Name. Number 58 is Salty Maud. Number 77 is Guilty by Association. Number 833 is Buzzkill, and 906 is Sasberry. And there are people on the bench, but I do not have a list of who they are.
Oh, I bet we could guess.
Yeah, I
and
see.
it's cutting off on the graphic, and I don't know how to
Okay.
resize it right now. So it's not out of disrespect; it's out of incompetence. So we've got from left to right. Go.
Okay, I see Bo Bash.
Yep, that's Bobash Fury.
And that's Marge Hadron Collider.
Yes, it is.
And then I don't know who anyone else is because I am very old in roller derby, and those people are not very old in roller derby.
No, they're very young. They're tiny spring chickens. That would be Lemony Kickit, Rebeast, and Demise.
Hello.
On the bench there for the Kilmores. I will be referring to Weird Val as Weird Val Shank a B word because I think that's funny.
That is very funny.
No other reason. No other reason at all. Our halftime show is going to be brought to you by the Hilltop Pines, an alt country band from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I am playing drums. So, yes, I will be popping directly down there to play and then popping directly back up here in the whenever that has to happen. I don't even know anymore.
I don't know.
It's going to be fine.
Do things until the clock tells us to do other things, and then we'll do those things. And it's
Precisely. Thank you for joining us here on our new home on youtube.com/at North Star Roller Derby. We've almost got 12 people here. That's fantastic.
Ooh.
Hi, Bonks. Thanks for joining us. I do not have an itinerary for the evening, so your guess is as good as mine. Let's talk about the officials.
Oh,
Let's
hey.
introduce them. Yes.
I don't. Do you have them?
I do. One moment. Here we go. They're on the screen, kind of. I had them.
In that stack there.
It might be in this stack. Here it is. Go.
Awesome. We've got Bookham Danzo, Dr. Donna, Enigma, Gal Jazeera, Murder Strut, Necronomabomb. I can totally say that out loud. Rinky Tink, Sear, Slay Station 2, Sauerkraut, The Mad Statter, One to Go. Visiting with us tonight is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boom, Kitty Skittles, Stompador. Traveling from other states, we have Cowboy, General Grievous, and Dr. K. So this is accomplished and geographically varied. I see a thumbs up going from one to go to the score table. It says to me that our non-skating officials and our skating officials are deciding if we're ready to go. Since I saw lots of thumbs up, I'm going to say that we are getting ready to go. So we've got some jam refs, we got a head ref, we got a pack ref.
Yeah, this is one of those fun sports where there's almost as many referees around the track as there are players on the track.
Well, that's because it's very difficult.
It's super difficult to see what in the world is going on.
All of the body, because like there's so much in roller derby that involves knowing where every part of someone's body is in relation to another person, how it's moving in space, and also where it's standing on the track. And because of that, you need lots and lots of different angles. So those skating officials are creating like a 360 vision field, and the non-skating officials are recording all the things.
Yeah, and roller derby is also unique as a sport in that when a whistle gets, do we have the 5 whistle? Oh no, they're doing
double roll.
Okay, we're doing 101. That's cool. Anyway, so when a whistle happens and a foul is called, play is not stopped. In football, you hear a whistle, everything goes dead. You hear a whistle in basketball, you shut it all down. Not so in roller derby. You have to, as a skater, keep an ear out for what these referees are talking to you about pretty much all the time. And but you also then need to do what you're supposed to be doing out there in the track, whether it's being a jammer and getting around people, or creating a hole for your jammer, or creating defense to stop the other jammer, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Roller derby players do a lot of like name context switching. So, you know, your family will call you by your legal name often, and then your
derby family.
Your derby family will call you by a nickname derived from your derby name. The announcers will call you by your full and proper derby name, and then the referees will just yell a color and a number at you.
That's it.
And you must answer to all of those things in one night.
And sometimes there will be a pivot start at the very beginning, or a pivot line start at the very beginning of the 5 seconds is called. Nobody's flinching.
So, fun fact from your old roller derby person, if the pivot has their toe stop on that line, you have to line up behind their hips.
Whoa, what a hit there from 1948 Red Panda on Batty Longlegs. That was a whopper. Sorry, I had to interrupt.
No, it's fine. I'm just rambling about the pivot line, which is no longer relevant to this conversation because there is actual roller derby happening.
Yep, there is actual roller derby happening. This might be a back block getting called on. Yep, that'll be
Nope.
Okay, so we do have a lead jammer, and that will be Sasbury, number 906 for the Kilmores.
Good communication there between the officials. It looked like it was going to be a back block, and then the head ref in the front was like, absolutely is not. And the jam ref was like, cool, then you get lead.
Yep, and Red Panda is going to be going to the box on a directional play penalty from the looks of it. Here comes Sasbury for another scoring pass, apparently, and that'll be another 4 points. Great communication there by a referee who I do not recognize, so I'm guessing it's one of the ones from out of state. Here goes our very first star pass of the evening off to Sank Bite. Good idea there from Batty Longlegs. And there goes Sasbury for another 4 points. And we're going to find out on our little scorecard here, brought to you by the great folks at the scorekeeping table, headed by the Mad Statter. And another pivot line start.
Okay.
So now we can explain.
Now we can explain it. So you see, if you look really closely in your screen, or if you have a giant mic that you can see, so you'll see that the pivot there from the Violent Friends has got that toe stop on the line. So everyone has had to line up behind their hips. I can't see who it is. So
but that'll be Torrential Pain wearing the stripe for the Violent Friends. And there is Jimothy Rathew, a.k.a. Jim Rad, a.k.a. Jack Killope, with the lead jammer for the Violent Friends. This is their returning bout. So they're excited to put some points on the board, and points on the board she does. Putting quick 4 points on the board for our first Apex jump of the evening, and 4 points for the Violent Friends, getting them on the board.
That's going to bring the score to 12 for the Kilmores, 4 for our Violent Friends. That's 12-4 with about 17:45 left in the half.
Yes, we got 20-minute halves. Let us know how we're doing. We always appreciate the feedback on the YouTubes there. It says we have an excellent connection, but sometimes it looks like a slideshow on the YouTube, whatever you want to call it, status page, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Anyways, we're back. a non-pivot line start, and Slim Sadie, almost had it on the outside, but getting bumped to the outside was Pop Roxy, and Salty Mud unable to bump Pop Roxy, then out of bounds, which would have cleared the way for Slim Sadie to go back inbounds. And Disco Scream for the Violent Friends is going to pick up lead jammer status for the Friends. And there will be going, Slim Sadie is getting good recycling there by the Violent Friends to get all the way back to the front after being having some time bought for them. The rest of the blockers up there.
Just an impenetrable, looks like a braced 3. It was a braced 4, and we're back to a braced 4, just completely.
Yep, got some offense coming in there from Weird Val Shanka B-Word and Fostered Skater number 300, I think.
That's 1300. No.
Yeah, that's Aerial Assault. Okay, I didn't know if they were going by their if they were going by their Delta's name as a Foster. Sometimes the Foster folks like to change up their names and all that good stuff. Disco Scream, struggling with getting through that 3-wall up there. That'll be Aerial Assault, Biz Kill, and I believe that's Weird Val Shanka B-Word. Yep, with that that smoked out visor going real fancy on us. Disco Scream is through.
Oh,
had a smile on her face as she went to the deck, but still picked up all 4 of those points. So
man.
Points is points, and that'll be a low block for Shanka B-Word.
Yeah, it looked like their feet got tangled.
They absolutely got tangled. That was I've had that happen, and it's a bad time.
No, I do not like.
Nope, nobody likes that. We have a directional play penalty being called on insert name here. So the Kilmores are going to start with 2 blockers down, and the Friends are going to start 1 blocker down.
It's going to bring the score 12-12, so we're tied now with 15-ish minutes left in this half. Remember, we're in a 20-minute half, so only 5 minutes have ticked by, not 15.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mama Sass, for the feedback there on the stream. Ooh, we got Sassberry and Batty Longleg. Batty Longlegs with an excellent move on the inside line, but excuse me, that wasn't so excellent at all. It's going to be X, which means track cut, so that'll be lead jammer for the Kilmores. I didn't believe that she got through on the inside, and turns out she didn't, which is very sad because that was a phenomenal, it looked spectacular. I couldn't believe it.
It looked like a jump, so I wonder if a wheel went out.
Probably.
During the landing.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to see from this angle, but
yeah, and it's really
they
difficult.
Can see. The officials see way better than we do.
Oh, yeah, they could definitely see it. The outside pack rev had a front row seat to that Sassberry transition there, 1 foot transition on the outside to get 4 more points. Calls it off, though, which means Batty's going to be stuck in the box, and the Kilmores are going to start on a power jam.
Yeah, it's 8 points that went up on the board there for the Kilmores, brings the score to 20-12. Still very tight.
Thanks, Luella. Great to know that we're not doing a derby by PowerPoint. Nobody likes that. Okay, so Torrential Pain is doing the pivot line start.
I love it. Oh, but we got both.
Both pivots are doing pivot line starts.
So everybody's got to start behind the hips of the pivots.
So Face Smelter is going to be taking the power jam for the Kilmores, and here comes Betty Longlegs out of the box already and seeing an inside line on the inside of the track.
Yeah, that pivot start really helped out Face Smelter. Salty Mod was able to control the Violent Friends at the front of the pack, open up a big wide aisle. That's not happening, though, now.
Oh, no, they got recycled real quick, and the Violent Friends have convalesced, whatever. Calls it off, though, before Batty's able to pick up any points. So stop the bleeding almost right away were the Friends. So only 3 points there for a starting power jam for the Kilmores.
It's going to be 23-12 now on the score, 13 minutes left. It's early enough, I think, to be conservative, and that's what Face Melter did right there. Like, we'll just call this off right as the jammer becomes scoring eligible. There's no reason to try it,
Yeah, and they're just trying to, stop the bleeding, keep other people from scoring points. Totally cool. Here comes number 17 for the Kilmores. That'll be Sailor Doom versus Jimothy Rathu. Or Jim Rat. Everybody calls her Jim Rat. I like Jimothy Rathu. The Friends, I should note, are starting 1 blocker down, and that blocker happens to be their pivot. So if they want to do a start pass, they can't do it until that pivot gets out of the box, although Tori is now standing in the box. So Jim Rat having a little bit of an issue trying to get around Rude Barb Weirval Shankaby were in 1949 Red Panda. Although there she is, commentator's curse alive and well in roller derby. I did it.
Really good blocking though by the Kilmores.
That was great.
In that about a quarter of a track, just able to keep Jim Rat from getting any speed or finding anything on the line. So really working together quite well.
Indeed, and we're gonna second verse same as the first. The friends are gonna start one blocker down. The Kilmores scored 3 points, or 4 points on that one, excuse me. So, yeah.
Spring scored at 27-12.
Sasbury versus Disco Scream.
We're back at the pivot line.
And we're back at the pivot line. This is amazing. Okay, so we've got a little bit of strategery going on after that whistle was blown. Salty Mud trying to provide some offense, but Pop Roxy able to sniff that out and hit Sasbury into the inbound. So now it's Roxy versus Sasbury once again at the front. And here comes Insert Name here. Able to get all the way out to that outside line. And back to the inside line is Insert Name here. Able to buy enough time for Disco Scream to go 2 for 2, lead jammer status. And Disco Scream is one of the rookies for the Friends. They have a lot of rookies. That's longevity in Derby is a thing for some folks, and there's another star pass that happened, by the way.
Especially after, a 3-year break, like.
Oh, big time.
You're starting from almost scratch on your body, yeah.
Yep.
And so, sometimes you're just like, no, I'm good.
Ooh, all 4 points being picked up there by Disco Scream before calling it off. So we're keeping it tight, folks. It's 27-16 with about just over 10 minutes to go.
I liked the start of that last jam where the pack was skating back
slowly
towards the jammers. I wonder if that feels like when you're on a boat and you think that you're standing still and the shore is moving.
Yeah.
I wonder if it felt like that to the jammers.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you're sitting at a traffic light and you're stopped and the cars go by. It's like, am I going backwards or am I? Oh, I forgot to look at the green light. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, Face Smelter on the outside sees an opening and takes advantage and picks up lead jammer status for the Kilmores. And meanwhile, Batty Longlegs getting shoved to the inside by a hugging themselves Red Panda to avoid that forearm penalty. Brilliant strategy there by Red Panda, I must say.
It's going to be 2 for 2 for Face Smelter.
Faye getting hit to the outside there by Marlboro Dread. A girl has no name trying to track down that star pass, but the star pass is successful out to Katarina Hitt, who's going to pick it up for the Friends. Yeah. Face Smelter's seen that before. They'll call that off right away. 4 points only. Or we'll wait for the scoreboard to update. So even though the Kilmores have nearly doubled up on the Violent Friends there in the scoring, it's still just 31-16. So
it's a very low-scoring game.
Very low-scoring game. I love me some defense in roller derby, honestly.
Good defense. Very conservative call-offs. The great power jam kills.
Big time, yeah. The power jam kills have been really good. We haven't had a lot of power jams, but the ones that we've had, we should remind ourselves to do the sponsorship for the power jams at some point.
Absolutely, we should do
These
that.
are on my lap here someplace. Anyways, who's got lead jammer status? It's going to be Slim Sadie for the Kilmores. And Jimothy Rathio able to keep those twinkly toes in bounds on the inside line there. Hasn't really lost a step after breaking her ankle earlier in the year during a warm-up. Calls it off is Slim Sadie. So, yeah, it's just chipping away or chipping up. I don't know. Help me out here, Tober. There's a metaphor in here somewhere for a little bit at a time.
You chip away at a lead.
Yes, you do chip away at a lead, yeah.
It's like, if you're taking just trying to break through it,
Yeah.
I think of it like a mouse eating cheese, teeny tiny bites.
Oh yeah, or there's that Shel Silverstein poem about the whale.
Oh yeah.
The old folks like us will understand what we're talking about.
But Shel Silverstein has got to be timeless.
He was a timeless poet, that's for sure. Speaking of timeless, we've all seen this one before. It'll be Sasbury picking up lead jammer status. For the Kilmores. Disco Scream unable to pick up lead jammer status, but a very crafty star pass there off to Sankbite. Sankbite with I think by my count at least, the second. We have a direction of play penalty being called on. There's Insert Name here, not happy about that.
I'm going to say really good instincts by Disco Scream, considering, like you said, a rookie.
Oh, yeah.
As good jamming is knowing where you are, where the pivot is, where the other jammer is, and being like, nope.
Nope, I'm not doing this no more. I'm passing this off. We're not making it any harder on the team than we have to.
Held that to a single scoring pass score is 39-16. So
pretty darn good.
You know, you did all the things.
You did all the things right, exactly. And the Violent Friends have been in this situation before with like a handful of veterans and having to develop a lot of rookies. I've only been involved with or even cognizant of flat track roller derby for a mere 12 or so years, and the Violent Friends have gone through that particular rebuilding process 3 times by my count.
At least twice, yeah.
Yeah, so here comes Batty Longlegs able to shove their way through. That'll be almost on the inside line there, and she's got to go back on the inside there. Perfect. Great. Oh, great move there by Katarina Hitt, able to knock Face Melter out of bounds. Buying enough time for Batty. Picking up that lead jammer status just like a Batty would.
That's about 40 seconds to get lead.
A long time to get lead, yeah. Oh, and there's insert name here, putting Face Melter on the outside of the track once again. Here comes the star pass anticipated by insert name here. Salty Mod able to pick up that, not quite pick up the hat. Oh, it has happened, and the other thing that has happened is an additional scoring pass there by Batty Longlegs. Hot on their heels, though, is Salty Ma with a big old salty grin on her face. How many points for Batty before she calls it off? Calls it off as she goes to the ground. No points, says Gal Jazeera.
It's going to be 8 total, though, on the jam.
Well, pretty high-scoring jam for this bout.
For this game. The score is now 39-24, so it's anyone's game, which is the thing that I love saying.
That's way more fun anyway, right?
Yeah, well, no one's ever said it's anyone's game ever in the history
of
people
first time
that
I've
hold
heard it.
microphones
and
talk about sports.
Never heard it before. What I also like to see there was the rookie Batty Longlegs dapping up Pop Roxy at the end of that jam for saying, hey, you got to call that, because everybody saw Pop Roxy say, yo, you got to call this. The other jammer's right behind you. You got to call it right now, and call it off she did. Not to detract from, this will be
Sailor Doom.
Sailor Doom, thank you very much. For the Kilmore's picking up lead jammer status. Jimothy Rathia has to do a star pass off to, that'll be Zaboomafoo, thank you very much.
I was just reading the scoreboard behind you.
Oh, great.
I just want to know that I'm cheating.
Wow.
I'm definitely cheating. But it made me feel really smart to be able
you do. I mean,
to say those things.
It walks like a duck, talks like a duck, right?
There we go.
This is that was a smart move. Like, you got to look at you can't rifle through all of your notes. You have to just look at the scoreboard and find out who's up there.
Context clues is what they call them. Score is now 43-24. We were so close.
We're so close
to the palindrome that I love.
Here goes Disco Scream once again going up against Sasberry for who's going to get lead jammer status first. It's going to be Sasberry stringing that pack out to the first apex, and that'll be that. There goes Sasberry with another lead jammer status, hitting it off. Once again, it's Disco Scream 2. Once again, Katarina Hitt.
I have not been keeping the stats, but Sasberry's lead percentage has to be like 75-80%.
It's high.
It's extremely high. I'm just making up numbers now. But
well, the first two jams with Disco and Sass, I think Disco got the first 2, and then Sasberry has just evened up the score. And I am not writing any of this down. Please don't.
Neither am I.
Please don't tweet at me.
Somebody's gonna go back and be like, "Excuse me, I've been keeping a perfect box score of this game, and you are very much wrong."
I really hope that Statter or Necronomibomb is not listening to this after the fact, because they will absolutely check our stats 100%. Here goes Face Melter against Batty Longlegs. Batty Longlegs for the Violent Friends getting knocked to the outside by Red Panda with authority. My goodness. Here goes Face Melter able to get her way around Sank, Marlboro Dread, Snarly Parker, and insert name here. Batty Longlegs not quite able to keep her toes on the outside, although playing a little bit of defense. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Little jammer on jammer action, but jammers know that your entire front is a blocking target. Totally legal. Much like, there's another clinic being put on by Red Panda in the back.
Some incidental shoulder to chin contact, but it absolutely
was. Whoa, what a pass. That was silky smooth from Batty to Sank. Sank trying to outrun Shank B-word and does. So that'll be not lead jammer status for Sankbite. hopefully going to keep that scoring pass down to 4. People are yelling at Face Melter to call it. We'll see. Gal Jazeera says 2. 2 for not lead jammer. Star passed. Sank bite. Great work by the Femmes there on a non. I'm being a little homer for the Friends. I'm sorry. It's my.
Hey, how many jams have we seen where both of them have scored points? Because
very few.
Very few.
Very few. The defense here tonight has been super good.
Yeah, we're under 2 minutes on this. Is this half or is this a whole game?
This will be the half. This
is
each 20-minute halves. Yep.
Score is 54-27.
Slim Sadie running into that'll be a wonderful
sideways. Jim Red did that.
Oh my goodness.
Sideways.
The line dancing was last bout. Jimothy Rathew. We can't see grapevines on the outside, just like willy-nilly as much as you want.
Grapevining on wheels.
On wheels all the way through the straightaway. I'm pretty sure that was like 15 feet of grapevining.
That's. I bet you that was
wild stuff.
Many years of doing the chicken dance in a roller rink.
And there's more points for the Violent Friends, trying to get a little bit more points on the board, chipping away at the lead there held by the Kilmores.
Oh, there we go. They finally were able to slow Jim Rat down a little bit.
James Rathew. We got a penalty being called on.
It was a forearm, whoever it was.
That was a forearm on Pop Roxy. Tons of points, though, they're being put up. But, well, when I say tons, it's tons for this jam. That'll be 9 points for James Rathew for the Violent Friends and 4 for Slim Sadie.
Brings the score now to 58-36. And we will start this jam. I would be surprised if there's a jam after it. I believe this will be the last jam at the half.
Oh boy, that would be like a lightning round for a jam, wouldn't it?
I've seen it happen. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, you're the salty veteran here for as far as announcers go. So the Violent Friends are going to be starting at a deficit for the remainder of this half. Yes, and here comes Sasbury already coming around for a scoring pass. That'll be a very easy 4 points for her.
Nobody touchy. No touchy.
No touchy. I don't want that. Nope. No, thank you. Disco Scream had the right idea there, trying to get to the outside. Unable to hold on.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. You know who does hold on? Oh, nope. Never mind. My bad.
Stayed in bounds, but
use the forearm
to do so.
You can't do that. Roller derby arms don't exist. So this is now a power. Well, yeah, this is a power jam for Disco Scream. Oh, a little rope-a-dope there, trying to like lull them all to sleep on the outside, and then juking to the inside, and juke to the inside they do to pick up not lead jammer.
Yeah, there's no lead jammer.
No lead jammer. So this is going to go the full remainder of the minute before we get to the half.
Yeah.
Sass is now standing. Disco Scream approaching the back of the pack. Here comes all of the offense from the Friends. A bit ineffectual, however, that's fine because they need to play defense now because Sasbury is approaching the back of the pack at speed. Getting out to the outside and on their butts is Sasbury. Sass versus Roxy, now versus Sank. Good recycling once again from the Violent Friends. No pack is called, so there is no more blocking that can be done. So nothing more to do, and Sass gets another 4 points. Again, thank you for joining us here on our new home at youtube.com/@North Star Roller Derby. No spaces, no caps. 66-36 going into the half, most likely because everybody's tired and there's only 5 seconds left. A lot of recycling happening here.
Points. There are secret points right now.
There could be secret points. There were 4 secret points for the Friends.
They were in the pack. There was scoring in the pack happening
and
at that
2
moment.
more for the Kilmores.
So that's how people accidentally lose games, because they forget to count.
Points. Oh my goodness! Like, this is going to seem like a lifetime ago because there was a pandemic between now and then. But there was a jam where Nick of Time was jamming at the very last second. It was between these two teams, too. So Nick of Time knew how many points they had. They knew that they hadn't put them on the board yet, and they knew that nobody had put their hand up in the air to signal these points, and knew that they were lead jammer. They wound up winning by a point, and nobody knew what it was. It was still here. Yeah.
That was the good time it happened. So back in the convention center once.
Oh, my goodness. I think I know which one you're going to be talking about, but yeah.
The jammer did. The jammer did the math wrong, and the Deltas lost by 1 point because she had called off the jam, not realizing about a box point.
Just a heartbreaker. It's
so, you know,
oh my goodness.
Let your bench do the math is the rule here. Anyway.
You know who else does math? The generous sponsors of North Star Roller Derby, who we will tell you all about right away.
Yeah, let's
I'm
do
pretty
it.
sure that we've got most of the ad copy. I may have, yep, there's one sheet. I was like, this sheet starts, but it starts mid-sentence. So, our Galaxy-level sponsors. The first one is Kim Monahan. Kim Monahan is your local Northwestern financial mutual advisor who believes that everyone deserves a financial plan and that the starting point of any financial conversation should be with you, your life, your family, your priorities, and your goals. You can connect with her and the vendor table to learn more about how you can build a financial plan that prioritizes what is most important to you. That is Kim Monahan, Monaghan. You can find them on the internet. Just Google them. Can't be that hard. Not that hard at all.
And we're going to hear about Turbo Tim's Automotive. Turbo Tim's has multiple auto repair locations in the Twin Cities, famous for their shop kitties. Turbo Tim's is also committed to supporting fun, innovative, and caring causes to improve the community for everyone. So we would like to thank you, Turbo Tim's, and don't forget that you can meet the kitty crew and learn more at turbotims.com.
So lovely. The next one, Tiffany D. Moore Consulting. Are you feeling stuck and frustrated with your job, role, skills, or organization? Tiffany D. Moore Consulting focuses on improving leadership skills, team management, and overall organizational effectiveness. Visit tdmooreconsulting.com to learn more. You want to do P-Fund?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
P-Fund Foundation is proud to partner with North Star Roller Derby. P-Fund Foundation is the Upper Midwest LGBTQ Community Foundation. Check out their website at pfundfoundation.org to learn more about their scholarships for students and grants to nonprofits.
Okay, so the rest of everybody, we only have to mention them once. That's fine. The other things that we can mention are tonight is the Secondhand Hounds the support drive is what I'm going to call it. So Secondhand Hounds is a dog and cat shelter that serves the metro area, and we are doing a supply drive for them this evening. You can find out more. Just Google Secondhand Hounds. They are currently rebranding, in the middle of a rebranding. We've all rebranded. Who hasn't rebranded? They're currently rebranding to Beyond the Bond to signal that, we're all about pets. We're all about, making those connections with our animals, and they want to go above and beyond that. So thank you to Secondhand Hounds / Beyond the Bond. That is one of the things that happened during the Give to the Max Day. The Valiant Friends won the fundraiser championship, and this was their reward, is donating a bunch of supplies and all the money that we could possibly donate to Secondhand Hounds. I think it's .org.
Yeah, and they don't just have hounds. They have other pets, too, so
Indeed.
check them out. I think they even have pocket pets, which...
Ooh.
I mean, don't put a guinea pig in your pocket, but...
No, that's...
They don't have...
Depends on the temperament, maybe?
Well, no, I've had guinea pigs for many years, and actually they don't
I didn't know that.
flexible necks. So, you can't put them in a ball or whatever. And that's why you have to keep their water kind of low, because they can stand up, fully. They can't lift their head and bend it independently. Yeah.
Yeah, much like a farmyard pig. They cannot raise their heads. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did not
very
know
similar.
That.
So,
interesting.
Don't put one in your pocket, and also don't put them in balls. But they're so loving, and they live forever. And you need to buy 2 of them, and you need a much bigger enclosure than you think you do. Anyway, I love guinea pigs.
They're very cute. We were just at our local pet supply store buying things for the Secondhand Hounds supply drive, and we stopped and we looked at the guinea pigs, the calicos, they got the all black ones, they got the all white ones.
Yeah, we actually had one guinea pig, which you're not supposed to have, but it was a rescue, and he just was a little old to bond with a new mate. But he lived to be 11, which is very old for guinea pigs. Also, they live a long time, so if you adopt a guinea pig, could be there a while.
Buckle up. You're going to be with a guinea pig for a while.
They're great, though. They do this thing called popcorning, where they jump up and down and squeak when they're excited.
Oh.
Anyway.
Come on, that's adorable.
It's the most adorable thing in the entire world.
So cute.
I love it very much.
Jeepers creepers. We do have 2 pivotal moment sponsors. We have the Power Jam, which is brought to you by Museum Services. we'll talk about them. Penalty Box is being brought to you by Bandit and Briggs. Thank you again for both of these returning sponsors.
Yeah, we'll talk about them more in the second half because
when it happens.
Yes.
Because we're supposed to, and we're sorry that we forgot before. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Fundraising events that are quickly approaching at Fair State Brewing Cooperative on Central Avenue in historic Northeast Minneapolis. NSRD would like to invite you to Fair State Brewing on Monday, December 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. NSRD is going to get $1 for every beer sold, which is pretty darn good from a brewery, I must say.
I'm going to say, beer's not that expensive. $1 is like a pretty large percentage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to cut their profits to the bone, people. With your support, we are going to make sure this cooperative is going to be cooperating with us as much as possible. And by cooperate, I mean give us money, which we need. Speaking of giving us money, thank you to all of our generous sponsors for our past Give to the Max Day. We raised over $15,000 with your support. Cannot thank you all enough. Thank you to the Fundsership Committee, I think is what they're calling it. And Pop Roxy steered the whole thing under the guidance of Giraffic Jam and BizKill. You can check out all of our videos on the YouTube that you are currently watching. Just click over there. I think I put them in a playlist. I'm in charge of the YouTube. I should know this. But we've got Tales from the Track, fun little anecdotes from skaters that you know and love, or will know and then will love.
Ooh.
Yeah. Got to tease it a little bit.
They finally get to tell their own stories instead of us telling stories for them.
Oh, boy, do we ever love putting words in the skaters' mouths. It's what we do. It's kind of what we're here for. We're just over 2 minutes left until the start of the second half of the first bout. So if you can hear us from your kitchen, bathroom, patio, smoke area, whatever you're doing, get on back to your couch, chair, or mobile device to tune back in to more hard-hitting, high-flying roller derby action here at the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the happiest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Again, I will be double dutying this evening as the drummer for the Hilltop Pines, a new alt country outfit from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I say new because when the head of our production team, Loose Change, who is doing the in arena announcing and all that good stuff, they're just like, we can't find you online anywhere. You have no presence whatsoever. I'm like, yeah, we just kind of started like 3 weeks ago.
But you should launch the internet before anything else.
You know, we tried. We're middle-aged now, so we're just like, Facebook's good enough, right? None of us has a TikTok. I don't have a TikTok. I'm on Twitter, unfortunately. That's about it.
A website. You need a website.
We need a website?
Just
like a .com?
Yeah, just...
People go to .coms?
Well, you link different things.
Linktree.
Linktree.
I'm familiar with Linktree.
I mean, most people still use websites to hold their information
Info,
that they
et cetera.
don't want to disappear every minute when it scrolls away. Come on now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh my goodness, we peaked at what appears to be 19 concurrent viewers.
We had 19 at one point.
We are in the money, folks. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. It's a pretty slippery day out there. It started out okay, unseasonably warm throughout most of the week here in the Twin Cities metro area. 987-654-321 until New Roller Derby. But if you're not willing or able to brave the elements, we don't blame you. Just thank you so much for joining us here on our new home for live streamed roller derby, youtube.com/North Star Roller Derby. We got officials, we got skaters. I'm just mimicking what Loose Change is saying in house, just backwards. It'll be Batty Longlegs versus Sassberry. Sassberry skating for the Kilmores and Batty Longlegs for the Violent Friends. Not your whistle. His whistle has been blown, and there goes your 5 seconds. And here comes Sassberry jamming against Riff Track. Snarls Barkley. There goes Marlboro Dread, and the last blocker of desperation there will be Pop Roxy, but stretch the pack out too far. And Batty Longlegs That got dialed in real fast, and there goes another star pass. That'll be to Rift Track, the pivot there for... Oh, wow, a substantial hit there by Pop Roxy, who's very upset about that. Very upset about not being able to hit Sass out of bounds, and picks up 4 points for Sass, so that'll increase the lead there for the Kilmores.
It's like
you can hear
happy
Roxy
rage.
from up
It was
here,
like
yeah.
happy rage.
Yeah.
There was yelling, there was laughing,
Yep.
there was smiling, there was flailing.
Really, roller derby really runs the gamut of human emotions. It really does.
We call those big emotions.
Big
in my
emotions.
house.
Big
emotions.
ones. Yep. Here goes Jimothy Rathieu versus Face Melter for the Friends and Kilmores, respectively. Oh, that's a little bit of a backfire there from James Rat, pushing Face Melter to the inside, where they were very easily able to pick up lead jammer status. Here is an attempted star pass out to Disco Scream, who then gets immediately trapped behind Giraffic Jam, who is back. Giraffic Jam is back on the track as a skater after injury. Disco Scream slowly, methodically picking her way through. We have a track cut penalty, however, being called on Disco Scream, so maybe that's how they were able to get through. Skaters know when this stuff happens, and the blocker's like, yeah, that was a crack cut.
Well, there was lots of communication there between the ref and Salty Maud and Disco Scream, where Salty was going to take a hit on Disco Scream, and Wandago was like, don't do that.
You can't.
That player's not in play. Anyway, it was great.
Very great. Electric Cutie, another one of the rookies for the Violent Friends, able to recycle back to the front to assist with stopping Face Melter from scoring any more than 2 points on that particular jam. Disco Scream accepted the star pass, is now in the box, and will be the jammer for the Friends as soon as they leave the box. So
yes.
A victim of their own derbistic altruism.
Standing, though.
I don't know if that should be a phrase.
Standing in the box. So still a chance of getting lead. Oh, hey, this is a Power Jam.
Power Jam,
Brought
yeah.
to you by Museum Services. Museum Services provides comprehensive fine art services to corporations, cultural institutions, auction houses, galleries, artists, and private collectors. If you are as intrigued as I am right now, you should go Google Museum Services. Find out all about them.
Thank you for the quick. Oh, that'll be a track cut penalty there being called on Slim Sadie. There was a late hit there being applied to by, I didn't see whether it was who it was there on the Friends, but that was good. This is going to be, hey, another Power Jam. This time it'll be for Disco Scream. Lead jammer for Disco Scream despite starting the jam in the box. Oh, Gnarly's here, and Gnarly has recovered their tooth. Gnarly, you can see there in the back left-hand corner of your screen. Disco Scream approaching. Oh, what a crafty move there. Finding their jammer legs is Disco Scream. Love to see it. There's the call-off going to be happening there to ensure that the Violent Friends start on a power jam. Slim Sadie is standing. Bizkill also in the penalty box, brought to you by Bandit and Briggs. The penalty box is presented by Bandit and Briggs. We are just two happy pups that love pals, snuggles, and playtime. We love everyone and hope they stay safe. If you have any interest in dog sitting us or setting up a play date, please let our parents, Lemony, Kickit, and Andy with an I, know so that we can hang out. Boof, boof.
Okay, that's amazing. It makes me want to sponsor the penalty box. It was my cat friends.
Cat friends, yes. Oh, boy. The Violent Friends got caught napping there, and despite starting behind a power jam, the blockers did not turn their heads around, and there goes Slim Sadie out of the box and to the front for lead jammer status. Sankbite still trying to battle through what appears to be Salty Maud. A girl has no name. Another blocker on the outside who I cannot see from here. Oh, yeah, that'll be number 77. The Kilmores, that'll be Guilty by Association. Super fun name, by the way. The foster system is alive and well here in North Star Roller Derby. We've got folks who are just like, yeah, I can block the... Oh! Able to stay in bounds on her little one-footed transition there was Slim Sadie from a pretty solid hit there. And another Apex hop.
That was a fun.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. I want points. Points, please. Here comes Rift Track, trying to battle through Salty Mod and A Girl Has No Name, holding the star in their hand. Slim Sadie able to pick up more points, and
that was masterful.
yeah.
I'm gonna push on the blockers, then I'm gonna run on the inside line, then I'm gonna zigzag through the rest of them.
Yeah, the Kilmores are pulling away here from the Friends. There's a hit by Marlboro Dread, one of the few veterans that the Friends have, for Slim Sadie to hopefully stop too much more bleeding. Rift Track still not able to get out of the box. Going up against A Girl Has No Name and Salty Mod is a tall order to be sure, but that'll be 3 more points for the Kilmores. That's the largest jam of the evening. It's got to be, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's up to
by a
19
mile.
points now. So it's going to be 19 points on the board for the Kilmores. It's going to bring the score to 97. We got 0 points in that jam for the Violent Friends. Going to bring that score to stay at 44, so the score is 97 to 44.
And we've hit 21 concurrent viewers. We did it, a new world record. Well, for us.
Oh, we've gotten more than 20 before.
Yeah, for the in-season bouts, I think is. Oh, what a lot of speed there by Batty Longlegs, able to stay in bounds, picking up lead jammer status before 10 seconds have even elapsed in the jam. However, Sassberry right behind them, just about 30 feet, and as fast as Batty is, Sass is also fast. Also Fastberry. And despite getting lead jammer status, only 1 point being picked up by the Friends and 3 being awarded to the Kilmores. What a quick jam that was.
Well, it's going to be 100 points now on the score for the Kilmores, 45 still for the Violent Friends. So Kilmores were able to pull away quite a bit. I mean, it doesn't hurt that they got 20 points in one jam either. That's a helper.
That's a big helper.
That's a helper. We like that. I mean,
one of the things about roller derby is that, like, for instance, you've got Jim Rat here, who is more than capable of putting up 24-point jams under the right circumstances.
Absolutely.
And the first bout of the entire season, Batty Longlegs was able to put up a 28-point jam, which these days is a unicorn since there's no more jammer point.
I think the largest jam I've seen since the beginning of the pandemic, and I've called a lot of roller derby, is 32 points.
That's so many points.
A wild amount of points.
Unbelievable amount of points. There's the Star Pass. The inevitable star pass there that occurred between Faye and Salty Mod. 4 more points being picked up there by James Rat. One of these days I'll say their name correctly, but I don't want to, because James Rathieu is funnier, I think. Sound off in the comments whether you think James Rathieu is funnier than Jim Rat. And I will cow to mob rule. Yeah.
I bet you call Chuck E. Cheese Charles Entertainment Cheese. Just saying.
Why not? Why not? He's put in his hours. He deserves to be called by their full name. So, speaking of full, we've got full packs. Oh boy, that was a very quick no pack being called there. That
wasn't a pack. That was a pace line.
It was a pace line, and we've got that'll be Snarls Barkley going to the box for the Violent Friends. No lead jammer yet. So it'll be Sankbite versus Sailor Doom. Sailor Doom, right? 17.
Yeah.
Yep. Sailor Doom running up there against. That'll be Miko Meat Sauce. A last-ditch effort there by Pop Roxy, unable to get those hips extended enough. There goes there's the Star Pass, but Star Pass to a blocker who was behind the pack.
Oh.
I think that's going to be a back block.
That was bowling. That was straight up bowling. Like the jammer
That was straight up bowling.
Took the whole pack down in one hit.
Oh, and as goes one, so does another. So that'll be Sailor Doom going to the box, starting a power jam for the Violent Friends, and that'll be Girl Has No Name going to the box as well, making things just a little bit easier there for Rift Track to pick up not lead jammer status and get that star on the head. 45 seconds left in jam number 7 of period number 2 of the first bout of this evening here at the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum. Rift Track able to battle her way through more or less. Oh, you're the Weird Val Shanka B-word, the last-ditch effort there. Unable to waylay Rift Track, who does not appear to be having a great time.
Sailor Doom got so excited, though, it was like spinning out onto the ground.
Very solid hit there by the Violent Friends, able to firmly plant Sailor Doom onto the track to keep them from scoring any additional points. They're cycling all the way back. Here comes Rift Track trying to get through Red Panda. That'll be, I believe that's Giraffic Jam. And Weird Val Shank B-Word.
Yeah. Paparazzi is having one of those jams where she's like heat-seeking missile on the jammer.
Oh, big time.
You know, you can tell when there's a blocker having like one of those jams, and she definitely was, and it was great for her.
Yep.
Score now is 7 for the Violent Friends, going to bring them to 56. 4 for the Kilmores, going to bring them to 104. We have just under 10 minutes, about 9 minutes left in this game.
Yes, Toddy, your jersey is at least being represented on the track by Sailor Doom. All right, here goes Sassberry versus Batty Longlegs. Oh, Sass able to pick up lead jammer in a hurry. On the inside of that track, picking up lead jammer status again for the Kilmores. Batty Longlegs able to use those bad long legs and stay in bounds and sneak through on the inside. There goes a little whip from Salty Maud to Sassberry.
Okay, so if I were a coach, I would like snippet that pass through that Sassberry just did and be like, watch all of the things that happened there. Because like she came at the pack at full speed, ended up like drew the blockers out to the outside, cut through in them, then was able to move back from the inside wall, back to the outside wall, and then take that whip off the front. And it was like every part of that.
Just exactly what you want to see as a coach.
Yeah, exactly what you want to see. Like, look, well, I mean, the thing you're not teaching someone, right, to do all those things, but you're saying, look at the track awareness there. That's what you need.
Right, yeah, the track awareness is the thing that really is one of the, oh my goodness, we've got, so Face Smelter suffered some kind of injury perhaps to the face, which is probably why insert name here is in the box.
Yeah, it would look like an elbow or an arm in some capacity, but because it didn't stop gameplay, the Kilmores are not going to have a jammer for this jam.
Big ol' hit there from Weird Val Shank B-Word on Jim Rat to get her out of bounds.
I wonder, have the Kilmores, I was looking away, did the players on the track aware of, like, at least that there isn't a jammer there?
I believe so.
Okay. That must be extremely confusing.
Oh boy, there's a lot of stuff that happens in roller derby, and a lot of it gets really confusing. And hopefully, what happens is we've got an official review being called by Marge Hadron Collider, most likely asking that whatever hit that happened against Face Smelter that necessitated her going directly. I mean directly to the bench. And
Face Smelter is sitting upright, seems to be okay, is talking to Deviate. So if you're watching here and you're worried, being well taken care of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know that can be a little jarring when it, goes off camera. So.
Yep.
Just to.
Yep, just slightly off camera there is Face Melter discussing what happened with our heroic EMTs, DV8. And we have a guest EMT whose name I did not get, so I apologize to them.
Yeah, we have a guest EMT tonight.
We do.
Because everybody's sick.
Everybody's sick. It's happening. Right, thank you again for joining us here on YouTube.com, the new home of North Star Roller Derby. We've got the rest of this bout, which is, exactly 7 minutes left. And then we have another bout coming up at you, which will be with the Deltas and the Bangers.
Do we know that Jim Rat is sitting in the penalty box?
She is now.
Is that a thing that we knew? Because I don't remember that happening.
I don't remember that happening because she called off the jam.
Yeah, she called off the jam in the middle of the pack without a second jammer. So I wasn't sure what happened there either. And then now is sitting in the penalty box.
Well, maybe that was just the first chair that was available because I'm seeing a lot of folks over there on the side of the Violent Friends. There's a lot of chairs that are filled.
But Dr. Donna came in from the middle, was in the middle. So there probably was a penalty called at the end of that. I don't think it has to do with this official review, though, because the official review is called by the Kilmores, and they wouldn't have won it that fast. The refs are still talking. So multiple things are happening.
Multiple things are happening.
I mean, and I'm just using context clues, obviously. I can't hear, but I'm assuming that. Salty Maud also confused.
So it's like, what are you doing here?
What's happening right
now?
How
come you're here?
I mean, let's be real. That was a very extremely confusing jam for the
Everybody.
skaters on the track because Faye Smelter went off the track in the first like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and there was no
was,
whistle to alert. Like, so what was happening there? Who, you know?
Yeah, that was pretty wild. We've got 3. We see General Grievous. That's the name on the back. That's one of our visiting referees. Thank you to General Grievous and the rest of our visiting officials. We couldn't do it without you. And we're going to find out what has happened. Or we won't.
Or we won't. We probably won't.
We probably
like,
won't. Let's be
I
honest.
want to manage expectations here.
Yeah.
We're not going to find out.
If we had enough non-skating officials such that one would be able to run a little tiny sheet of paper up to us, that's one thing. We don't have that right now, nor do we have wireless communication between us and the infield.
I was going to say, even in this venue, like, it's just difficult to get up here because you have to go around the outside of the track, up the stairs, through the thing, under the rope.
Unless you're some kind of parkour freak, you're not getting up here in anytime soon.
But we'll know if the Kilmores won because the little dot
The
will
little
come
dot.
back.
Yes.
Or won't.
The all-knowing little dot. Drum roll, please. Well, the Friends are starting. The Kilmores are starting on a power jam.
Yeah.
Nobody appears to have been ejected from the bout, so I don't know specifically what that.
Yeah, the score hasn't changed.
What about our
But Jim
dots?
Rat's in the box, so that was different. Oh,
The dot's gone.
Okay, the dot's gone. So.
Speaking of gone, there goes Slim Sadie out for lead jammer with just the first 5 seconds of that jam. Yeah, sorry to interrupt. That was a very
I was just
quick
gonna
pass.
say.
Yep. That's a big old hole there being opened up by. That'll be Guilty by Association, Biz Kill, Salty Mod, and a girl has no name for the jammer, Slim Sadie. Juking to the outside, hitting and getting them all tied up, and then juking back to the inside is Slim Sadie, able to pick up another quick 4 points. Here comes James Rathew out of the box, trying to get around first Salty Mod, and then the rest of the Kilmores. Slim Sadie not so lucky on that particular scoring pass. Marlboro Dread, Snarly Parker able to pick up that they were going to the inside. They were able to bump it in the inside, prevent that scoring pass.
Did you just make up a whole derby name?
Well, back in the mid-aughts, there was the Gnarls Barkley.
Oh, yep.
Gnarls Barkley band that was like CeeLo and other folks, and that just like came out of nowhere, and it's like that's all you could hear if you're listening to like college radio or the current. God forbid.
Forgot about that band until right this moment, and then I was like, oh yeah, I was in college around that time. Okay, score is 160 to 63.
That'll be a forearm penalty there being called on Sasbury, unfortunately. That was a very slick lead jammer attainment. However, it wasn't a lead jammer attainment. She's going to attain a seat in the penalty box there, brought to you by Bandit and Briggs. Bandit and Briggs.
Yeah, second forearm penalty for Sasbury.
Here comes Sankbite trying to technically make their way to the outside of the track, unable to do so. That'll be against, looks like Shankabee Weird, Red Panda, Traffic Jam, and 314. That'll be Rude Barb. What is her derby name for the? That'll be Ample Pie. Nice festive name there. Oh, Red Panda trying to make Sank go to the outside. Sank does not go to the outside. Sank stays in bounds and picks up lead jammer status. However, Sasbury is able to pick up not lead jammer status and half a track behind and closing very quickly. Here comes Sank on a scoring pass. Knows that she has to call it off and calls it off. She does after picking up a single point.
Woo!
Woo!
Score is 64 to 116. Kilmore is still on top. We got 4.5 minutes left in this game.
Yes, thank you so much to DV and our other medic for taking care of the league tonight. The EMTs are another set of folks that we could not play roller derby without. These folks can't even be on skates without a medic being in the building.
No, and unless there's at least one medic looking at the track, they cannot start the game. And you'll see sometimes they'll call off jams because medics have been moved elsewhere in the building appropriately.
Biz Kill, Buzz's first jam of the evening, pretty successful, able to get out for lead jammer status, and Batty Longlegs half a track behind. Here comes Biz for a scoring pass. Able to pick her way through. Getting motion to call it off. We're going to find out how many Batty 8 was able to pick up. We're going to find all 4 points for Batty Longlegs, effectively making that a 0-0 jam. But, hey, you know what? They scored points, so that's fun.
It was fun to watch. I mean,
it's fun to watch, yeah.
It's fun to watch. Isn't that the real meaning of
that
Rotary?
why
Isn't
we're
that
all here?
The reason for this season is to have fun.
It's to have fun.
To have fun.
Watch cool stuff.
Score is 120-68. Kilmore is still on top. And, yeah, we're having a good time here.
We are having a good time
tonight.
here at the historic Lee and Rose Warren Coliseum on the happiest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Jim Rat trying to shove her way through. Oh, not quite able to. That was a very last-minute block there by a girl who has no name, able to buy enough time for Sasbury to pick up lead jammer status. We have a star pass that's been happening. That would have happened over to Rift Track. Rift Track trying to fight through Shank B-Word, girl has no name, Red Panda, and the brace there is going to be aerial assault. Sasbury able to get around Miko Meat Sauce, Jim Rat, Snarly Parker, and Rift Track. They do have something of a shape in the back now, though. Sass running directly into the side of Miko Meat Sauce, which is totally legal to do until you turn at the last second and draw that back block.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sasbury gets some points.
Sasbury feeling herself.
I'm not in the penalty box.
I'm not
scoring
in the
points.
Bringing out those 6 shooters. Let's find out how many divided by 6-point passes we can. I don't know. There's a math joke in there someplace. I'm not going to belabor that at all. We're just going to move on, and that's another 4 points for Sasbury and the Kilmores. We are under the 2-minute mark there on period 2. Star Pass was not very much worth the Friends' time, apparently, because Rift Track is still battling through the veteran green wall there of the Kilmores. Jim Rat shoving Sass to the inside, forcing her to call it off, after picking up just 3 points, a mere 3 points on that pass.
It's going to bring the score to 135-68. That was a 15-point jam for Sasbury. There was a 19-point jam earlier in the night from Kilmore's, so they've got like a lot of points in 2 jams.
A lot of points in 2 jams.
Trying to do math, and then I was like, never mind. We're
Doesn't
not
matter.
Do that. It looks
It's
like there's
fine.
an official review being called that is going to be by the Violent Friends.
Yep, we got the Violent Friends calling that official review. We're going to find out. We've got some gesticulating from the very Italian Pop Roxy there on the inside to maybe give us some clues or throw us off the trail. Who knows? She knows I'm talking about her, so might be accurate, might be inaccurate. We will find out. And again, the only indication that we have that they were successful on that official review is that little black dot disappearing from the scoreboard. What else can we talk about? We got some fundraising events coming up. We already talked about Fair State. Let's talk about...
How about the silent auction?
How about that silent auction?
So don't miss the silent auction. It's going to be here at the next bout. That's February 10th. We always have amazing items at that auction. You'll find gift cards. You'll find prints. You'll find handmade narwhals. There's always something for everyone, and it's a really good time. Not to mention the bout itself is going to be great. So make sure that you get here. It's at the Warner Coliseum, and it is February 10th, 2024, and that will be our championship bout. So come, enjoy, bid on things, bring them home.
Bring them home.
And root for your favorite team who will either win or lose.
Yeah, hashtag bring them home. I don't know if that is going to be our championship bout because I do know that we have one more bout that's happening. It says it's the championship bout.
It is our championship bout. We do have one more bout.
We do have one more bout after that. That's what threw me off.
And it's at Canterbury. But
Canterbury.
This is our championship bout because we're doing it in our home.
Our home.
During our silent auction. So
excellent.
It is. It's not the last bout of the year.
No, it is not.
But it is the championship bout.
So one could argue that is the most important bout of the year.
But you should come to both bouts.
You should absolutely come to both bouts. Or join us on youtube.com /@North Star Road. Oh, no. It is a / at North Star Roller Derby. If you're not able to make it here but still want to support the channel and the league, by all means, visit NorthstarRollerDerby.com to find. I'm sure there's a donate button in there someplace.
Yeah.
We're a 501c3 organization, so every single red cent that you donate to these fine competitors will be written off on your taxes because you're a responsible person who knows to do that.
I feel like we join today in our membership tribe to become a donating. You don't actually become a member of the league. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, there's
some
an
money.
NPR slant in there someplace.
Yeah,
for sure.
just give me your money. That's really what I'm saying.
Give us your money. You have too much of it, probably. You have a computer and the internet. Like,
That's
how
true.
much more money do you really?
Yeah, but that's what keeps our league afloat. So help us out when you can, but also listen to the stream.
Yes, thank you for joining us here. Speaking of joining us, Sank Bite is going to be joining our bout, our penultimate, most likely, or maybe the final jam of the evening for these two teams. Oh, Slim Sadie is going to be picking up a forearm penalty, and a power jam is going to be there for the Violent Friends. Are they going to be able to take care? Is Sank Bite going to be able to take advantage of the offense there being played by Rift Track, Marlboro Dread, Disco Scream, and Electric Cutie and Disco Scream standing there at the back of the pack. We have a track cut penalty being called on Sank Bite.
Oh, this will be the last jam.
So, yeah, this is going to be the last
This is
jam.
going to be a 2-minute jam. So apparently everybody is looking for Bandit and Briggs in the penalty box. Unfortunately, Bandit and Briggs are not currently in the penalty box.
Darn it.
They're just sponsoring the penalty box.
So why would you go to the penalty box if Bandit and Briggs aren't there?
I know. They just want us to say their names over and over again because they
Maybe
want
they-
to be your friends.
Yeah, maybe they didn't do it on purpose. Maybe they didn't go to the penalty box on purpose. I don't know.
No. But you know what?
That's besides the point. The Violent Friends are currently standing for the final bout or final jam of this particular bout of the evening for them. They will enjoy the comfort and safety of their locker rooms and each other's company while the Deltas and the Bangers go at it. Going at it is Slim Sadie attempting to put more points on the board before she goes and skates with the Deltas. Sank Bite getting knocked to the outside there by Ample Pie. Recycled back there by Salty Mod, and that'll be guilty by association, and Slim Sadie's going back to see Bandit and Briggs in the penalty box.
So Museum Services definitely getting their money's worth in this jam, as we've had like 3 now power jams happening. So check out Museum Services to find out about their comprehensive fine art services.
Disco Scream has completed the star pass, did not have the star on their head, however, so no points will be scored. They were getting out of the pack, though, so that's cool.
So
That's progress. That's learning.
7 points on that jam for the Kilmore is going to bring their score to 142. Score for the Violent Friends is 68. That is your unofficial final score of this first bout.
Which may or may not become your official final score. You've been around this longer than I have.
It will.
but
It almost certainly will.
It almost certainly will. So speaking of things that will happen, I will be leaving the microphone and going down to the floor to participate in the halftime entertainment brought to you by the Hilltop Pines. Find us on Facebook. That's all we've had time to start up right now because we're all old and have better things to do than get on social media to our own detriment. So
go take a break, and we'll see you back here for that second bout.
Yeehaw. Welcome back, everybody, to the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the Historic State Fairgrounds, or YouTube.com. Wherever you're ingesting us, if you're listening to our voices, you're almost definitely on YouTube.com. We're going to be bringing you the Deltas versus the Bangers. Thanks for joining us and sticking through the halftime entertainment. Who knows if anybody could hear anything? This is the internet, and this is very DIY and off the cuff. Being introduced right now is the Deltas. We're going to go with number 011 is Baller, number 16 is Blue Barracuda, 19 is Undervalued Participant, number 1964 is Sunny Ono, number 20 is Slim Sadie, number 29 is a Boom Afu, number 3 is Super Hut, 300 is Aerial Assaults, number 46 is Hit List, 62 is Lunatic, number 622 is Kilroy, 666 is Sailor Doom, number 7 is Guillotina, number 7962 is Black Eyed Susie, and the bench staff are Lumberjill, Hoff, and Jack, and we did put Hoff and Jack's names in that order for a very obvious reason. And the Bangers, if you want to, thank you.
We have number 00, that's Marlboro Dread. We've got number 1, that's Thorn. 193 is going to be Raffi. Number 12 is Hannah. 1300, that's Katarina Hit. Number 14, that's Jimbei. 245 is going to be Ghost of Stabby. 314 is Rhubarb. Number 42, A Girl Has No Name. 55 is Tarp. 558, that's going to be Schwing. 8 is Trash Panda. 833 is Erin Grievances. Number 906 is Sassberry. 99 is Archie Bumper. And then on the bench, we got She Coli, Myth Busty, and the not ghost version of Stabby Cat.
The very real, non-apparated version of Stabby Cat. And apologies for the bench staff for those getting cut off on the end there. I don't know how to adjust these graphics because I am a rank amateur.
I like that it's got some word art, though. Like, I haven't done a gradient coloring in of a block letter since, like, 1993.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting the camera here a little bit. Looks like it may have been jostled in my absence, which is fine. I'm not a camera doctor, a camera parent, or anything like that. I am merely the caretaker of the stream. But yes, that's the gradients were specifically selected based on attitude and coloration of the teams themselves. So I appreciate you at least noticing them.
I mean,
because they're just fun. Just fun to have.
They're fun. Like I said, I haven't seen a block letter with a gradient in a long time. I used to love to put like a drop shadow behind it.
Oh yeah,
like
the
to
drop
really
shadows
make
are
it
here.
pop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got it.
A little bit. Yeah.
I love that drop shadow.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
down with that. Yeah.
Excellent. Now that the typography has been signed off on officially.
Ouch, that was rough.
Oh no! It may have sounded sarcastic when I meant it completely genuinely because like it's not a lot of time that gets shouted out, acknowledged, or otherwise. So nope. Thank you very much for acknowledging that. Anyways, we're going to acknowledge Katarina Hit jamming for the Bangers in a bit of a pile-up there with Super Hut and Kilroy. And meanwhile, Slim Sadie has not had their fill of jamming yet this evening, so we'll be jamming then for the Deltas. Trying to get around Rhubarb. I can't. Oh, that's Gym Rats.
It's a very different vibe from the last bout.
Big
We're like
time.
30 seconds in, and this has got a...
Oh, so
it's intense. There's an intensity in this room.
There definitely is an intensity in the stream. Things have been ratcheted up a little bit. You said Jim Bay, and I was like, oh no, I mistyped J Bay's name. But no, that is Jim Bay up there.
I read the...
You read it correctly, and I typed it correctly. And
the words on the paper.
I psyched myself. Oh, you're okay. Got it. So that takes my potential for me being completely out of line out of the equation, which is
yes.
nice. Yeah.
I have the official, you can't see it because there's no camera pointed at us, but I have the official ref roster.
Yeah.
So that means that probably Statter looked at this, so I trust it.
Indeed. Okay, number 612, that'll be Lunatic jamming for the Deltas against number 99, that'll be Archie. Lunatic just had Sassberry to beat, could not beat Sassberry, and back to the pack they go. And meanwhile, Archie's got lead jammer status, but not until Hit List has something to say about it. And to the outside they go, and to the back of the pack will go then everybody. Needs a bit of a pack there, at least a bridge. Undervalued participant able to provide that. Little shoulder jukes there being put on by Archie Bumper and unable to bump their way through, or just Archie, excuse me. Looks like they've truncated their original name. Archie trying to get around aerial assault and does, but here comes, you guessed it, hit list once again, and once again hit to the outside, but only one hand went out of bounds, and we've got a blocking out of play penalty being called on hit list for her efforts. So, a lot going on.
Yeah, I was very out of play.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what? Maybe it was... No, there's Archie's getting flapped at to call it by no fewer than 6 arms on the side. You can just see them off to the right there on camera. Again, thank you so much for joining us here. That run back is very rough. The original J Bay. Thanks for joining us on the stream, everybody. Lovely to have you here.
Score is 4-2 with the bangers on top so far. We've had about 3 minutes of gameplay tick down, and
seems like
one more point than that, or 2 more points than minutes.
Seems like we've shoved a lot of action into those 3 minutes. Here goes Sailor Doom getting that lead jammer status. Sear is going to say that there was a high block committed, however, so that means that Sailor Doom will be going to the box. Sailor Doom does not agree with it, but Katarina Hit is going to call it off right away. She didn't realize that was actually going to happen.
Yeah, there was confusion there, like clearly. Katarina thought that Hitless had gotten out and free, probably. No, that's not Hitless, that's Sailor Doom. And then Sailor Doom was confused enough by the penalty to go back around the spectators.
Yeah.
I think it was because the penalty was called by Sear, who is the back pack ref, not by the jam ref, and so there wasn't a ton of time for there to be communication between the jam ref and the pack ref there, and it just got confusing, and
all broke
Sailor
down.
Doom saw it happening, which like sometimes the refs can figure it out before the skater sees it. And
ooh, big wipeout there on the inside of the track. We're going to get a directional play penalty being called there on a girl who has no name. Sasbury flew to the inside. Played it right down there in the concrete. Whoa, a little bit of friendly fire there with undervalued participant knocking not only Super Hut, but also her intended target, one would think. Sasbury to the inside, but Sasbury able to hop to the outside, shove on hit list, get her off balance, and pick up lead jammer status.
Beautiful blocking through that pack, though. Just quality.
That'll be another forearm for undervalued participant.
These runbacks have been wild.
Absolutely brutal.
Every single one is like a full-on sprint.
It's a swamp. Yeah, you saw Jim Bay doing some reverse jamming there, like jamming through the pack backwards. Pretty nuts.
Yeah. So is Jim Bay?
Jim Bay is Jim Rat.
Got it.
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. James Bat through. Judgment? No, I don't know.
I love it when people share their jerseys. Number one, because of moments like this. And then number two, because it's just so friendly and nice.
It is nice, isn't it? We're all nice here.
I love it.
If you've been thinking about joining roller derby, join the Nice League.
Yeah,
I'm sure there are other nice leagues out there, but this one is definitely equivocally, scientifically proven, peer-reviewed nice.
I cannot speak of the veracity of niceness of other leagues, but
No.
this league is nice.
Very, very nice. Speaking of nice, Katarina Hit having a nice time as a jammer against Kilroy. That'll be aerial assault. That'll be Kilroy getting out of play penalty. So this will be a shortened pack for the Deltas. Slim Sadie getting through the initial blocker there, but undervalued participant bulldozing Trash Panda to the outside.
Katarina just felt her way through the path with like the back of her hands. It was amazing.
That sounds like some veteran moves there. Speaking of veteran moves, there she goes. There's a little bit of miscommunication there on the side of Delta Die, not able to get back into a shape. So that Katarina Hit was able to pick up a pretty quick, and she's seen that move there before from undervalued participant and able to pick up 4 more points with an easy, relatively easy pass through the pack. Bodies on the floor. That'll be Giraffic. What is Giraffic Jam's name for? That'll be Raffy. Yep.
Raffy, yeah.
Yep. Okay, the Deltas have had enough of Katarina going through, and we're getting a directional play penalty on undervalued participant. That I wasn't there. I didn't see it. That'll be a call off there for Katarina Hit.
It was a 16-point jam for Katarina Hit and the Banger. It's going to bring the score to 23-2. So that's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points right away. Trash Panda is going to be starting in the box, and so for the Bangers and for the Deltas, undervalued participants. So it's a 3-on-3 blocker situation, making it maybe a little bit easier for Lunatic for the Deltas and Archie for the Bangers to perhaps negotiate their way through. However, in today's modern roller derby, where we're concentrating on geometry and shapes, typically you're only up against 3 blockers. The other blocker is going to be playing offense, ostensibly. However, no offense here is being played. Everybody's too busy blocking a jammer.
Rhubarb and Sasberry, though, that
oh yeah,
they only 2 of them. It was a half a triangle, but we were able to slow down Lunatic for quite a while. But Lunatic is lead jammer.
Yep, Lunatic's lead jammer. Archie is about 30 feet behind him, and Trash Panda is approaching the back of the pack. There goes Archie, just coasting through and getting all 4 points.
Open lane, just
open
excuse
lane.
me, pardon me.
I want points, and I'm going to have them. And then we've got a multiplayer block penalty being called on. Hold your breath and get your hopes up. Yep, that'll be number 1. That'll be Thorn. Their inaugural trip to the Barks. Oh, darn it. It's here in front of me. It's got to be here somewhere.
It's Bandit and
Bandit and Briggs.
Our penalty box pooches.
Penalty pooches. Excellent. Here comes Archie. It'll be a directional play penalty or a forearm being called on undervalued participant. Looks like she's had enough.
Nothing makes me more anxious as an old NSO than watching a skater stand there above the chair. It's like your time doesn't start till you sit down, undervalued participant.
Sit. Well, undervalued participant knows that. I think.
I know.
Yeah.
She was chatting with someone. I'm like, put your butt in the chair.
There's enough. Yeah.
It's okay. We're fine over here.
All right. What'd I miss? 2 points for Archie. 3 for Lunatic.
It's going to be 10 total on the jam for the Bangers. 5 total on the game so far for the Deltas. 33-5 is the score right now.
Again, I want to thank you all for joining us here from the comfort of your own homes. Perhaps you could brave the elements next time in January and join us for the championship.
It's February.
February, excuse me. We're skipping January. Nobody likes January. That's where you buy gym equipment and hopefully get it back to the store before the 30 days are up. You get your full money back for it. Katarina Hit's picking up full lead jammer status here for the Bangers. Delta's in desperate need of points. There's a star pass there that will go to Kilroy, trying to shove her way through the outside, back to the inside, into the middle, and into the outside, into Katarina Hit. Katarina Hit absorbing the hit and moving on for 4 more points. And Kilroy trying to shove her way through. A girl has no name, and Jim Bay and Marlboro Dread. Not lead jammer status. Hopefully that'll hold the Bangers to just the 2 scoring passes.
That pack is moving. I mean, it doesn't look like it's moving fast, but for the style of roller derby that we play right now, the fact that we're doing like multiple passes around the track in one jam is wild. And watching Kilroy fight through that pack while it was at motion.
Oh, yeah.
Rough.
It's, fighting through the, I don't know if anybody out there has ever heard of what's happening.
It's a timeout. I know we haven't seen any of
these.
We
haven't seen a timeout yet.
Our first timeout of the entire night.
Of the entire night, yeah. There's I don't know what the cumulative derby knowledge and experience is of both of the teams' bench staff, but it's high.
Oh.
It's high.
Oh, it's high. There is. Okay, so this is my 14th year, and one player has been here longer than one bench staff has been here longer than me. 2 are in my year. So the Banger bench staff, we're looking at like 16 years, and then 2 14 years, and then over on the Deltas, probably I think Lumberjill's a year or 2 behind me.
Yep.
Hoff has been around at least as long as me.
Yeah, longer than me for sure.
I mean, like we're probably looking at like I don't know, 30,
Yeah.
45 cumulative years experience on both bench
Yeah, between the two of them, we're looking at like an octogenarian number of experience years. Yeah, and Jack joined, or he moved up here from Florida, and he was a skater ref for Derby down there. So he knew the rules before he even started skating, and off goes Sasbury for a lead jammer status for the Bangers. I think that's Guillotina attempting to, apparently some sort of gear malfunction. Taking a knee on the outside, just off camera to the right there. Star Pass has been completed. Hit list versus Sasbury. Sasbury playing in her second bout of the evening. Calls it off with both hands before anybody was able to get to the back of the pack. No points. Guillotina apparently going over to the EMT's bench. Appears to be just checking out. Just making sure that everything's okay. Nothing egregious to my eye. But I'm not a doctor. Or even half of a doctor. Or any amount of medical professional whatsoever.
I work for a medical website.
Oh. You are way more qualified than I am to speak on.
I do writing and content planning for healthpartners.com.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know anything. I mean, I know how to write about things doctors tell me to write about.
Well,
so.
Speaking of things that official people know about, Sear does know that aerial assault committed a multiplayer block. However, that'll be still a lead jammer status going out there to 612 Lunatic for the Deltas. Much needed lead jammer status for the Deltas. However, a lot of really good defense being played there by longtime team league mates, at least, Trash Panda and A Girl Has No Name. Thorn and Bizkill leading up to the front there for the Bangers, trying to prohibit any kind of star pass or other, advantageous shenanigans there for the Deltas. Girl Has No Name going to the penalty box. And Archie we've got a wave of a hand there from an official, and Kilroy's going to the box, not before doing some agitated gesticulations, which is not a horrible band name, but not the best one, at Pop Roxy there on the outside. There will be Lunatic picking up 4 points for the Deltas, and Aerial Assault is going to the box for what appears to spend 2 minutes. Yep, we have the in-sub sign there being called out by Wandigo. In-sub is not necessarily like a sass to the refs, but it could be that you just didn't hear them call your name or number.
I like how you said 2 minutes, but penalties have been 30 seconds for like 5 years.
They have been 30 seconds for like 5 years, yes. That was me conflating my time and numbers. 2 penalties for 1 minute total. It is a revolving door there at the Bandit and Briggs penalty box. Two penalty. The infield staff is talking to the infield staff is wildly talking about how Aerial Assault ought to have served 2 penalties, appeared to have only served 1. No real damage was done there because Aerial Assault left the box and skated to the back of the pack as it was being called off, and is now being ushered back over to the Bandit and Briggs penalty box.
Did they release her? I wasn't.
They did officially release her.
Okay, so she didn't. So she doesn't have to serve another one.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
An in-sub on the in-sub. So speaking of in stuff, there goes Katarina Hit taking the inside line, getting lead jammer status, calling it off immediately because Hitless was able to get out of the pack right away. So they were trying to get. Katarina Hit is going over to the in-house announcers. This is highly irregular. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, she was like explaining something to the announcers. I have never seen anyone do.
A skater approach an announcer.
And talked.
And talked to them. Katarina Hit with her trademark message booty shorts. No apartheid, no genocide. Want to shout that out. Speaking of out, there goes Sailor Doom to the inside, getting knocked out of bounds by Trash Panda and the rest of the Bangers. Sasbury got lead jammer status. What's new? And going around for some points. Kilroy's got something to say about that, though, as well as Guillotina. going to waylay them enough so that the star pass was successful or at least juked out. Nope, it was one of those fake star passes, a ghost pass, if you will, and is able to get out for not lead jammer status, approaching the back of the pack, forcing. Oh, that'll be all 4 points. A little bit of friendly fire there. Hopefully aerial assault is okay. Everybody's standing up. Everybody's good. That's a really fun way to get 4 points because nobody got hurt and you weren't lead jammer.
And you only hit one.
You only hit one
of
your own
teammates. Yeah. I mean, you
win,
don't
win,
want to trip your teammates, but if you're going to trip somebody and you're the jammer, it's better for it to be your teammate.
Toddy, I may have been thinking about hockey penalties. That is a very good point.
You could have then said 5 minutes.
I could have said a 5-minute major, 5-minute major, 10-minute misconduct, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Gosh, that's like most of a roller derby bout.
Most of roller derby, yeah. So speaking of 10 times 2 is 20. That's Slim Sadie's number for I probably have to go to a chiropractor after that stretch. But that was Slim Sadie picking up lead jammer status for the Deltas. Katarina Hick did get knocked to the outside. Noticed that perhaps the person that knocked her out did go out of bounds. They have a no pass, no penalty being called on nobody because you don't call that penalty on somebody. However, there it goes. A girl has no name to the penalty box. So the Bangers are going to start jam number 13 down a blocker. The blockers for the Bangers for this particular jam are going to be Aaron Grievances, Salty Maud, whatever her name is for this particular bit. And then we've got Tarp, in all caps, Tarp. So an all-Foster line there for the Bangers and an all-Foster jammer. Again, I must say the Foster system alive and well for North Star Roller. But there goes Sailor Doom to the outside. Being knocked out there by number 588 or 558. That is Schwing. I presume she wants me to say it that way because we're all old enough to have seen Wayne's World, and there's an exclamation point at the end of it. And there goes Jim Bay for more points, able to pick up lead jammer status despite. Wait, I thought she started in the box. That's my bad. The only skater in the box is the only full-time skater for the Bangers. So that's fun.
Score is 64-19 with about 2 minutes left in this half.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not looking at the scoreboard, this seems like still a pretty hard-fought bout from both teams. Just one team just happens to. Oh boy, this is going to sound really John Madden of me, but one team just seems to be scoring more points than the other one, despite both of them putting up very solid efforts on both sides of the sides of the contest.
There was like a 16-point jam on the Bangers side that they had. So, I mean, if you take that out, you're looking at like a closer-ish game. They just were able to have a couple of really big multi-scoring pass jams, which is where you get a differential like this. Even when jam by jam, it doesn't feel like that.
It's also been a very penalty-heavy game for both teams here. So speaking of penalties, we've got Thorne and Sasbury sitting down for the Bangers, and we've got hit list for the Deltas. And for the Bangers, they've got 4 more points, courtesy of, you guessed it, Katarina Hipp.
Wow. It's because they heard us talking about Bandit and Briggs, and they all
Obviously.
are now trying out to be dog sitters for Bandit and Briggs.
Yeah, and honestly, like, they don't have to try that hard. I think it's just as long as you're like a decent person who, doesn't want to hurt anybody, you can probably be Bandit and Briggs' friend. Oh, Katarina Hitt getting approached there by Hit List. I heard a whistle, and that's going to be another directional play penalty by on Hit List. So, 30 seconds in the box, 5 seconds on the track, 30 seconds in the box.
It was longer than 5 seconds. Come on now.
I'm not paying that close attention. I'm just announcing here.
Be fair.
Right, here comes Katarina Hitt passing the pack a little bit 4 feet in from where she last passed them. But pass she does for 4 more points.
So Katarina Hitt is probably one of the longest serving jammers in the world. I would think so. I mean, that's not a...
Whoa, what a move there on the outside. Able to maintain her inbounds and scoring status is Katarina Hitt picking up Another 4 points. I'm pretty sure that's going to put them at 24 for that jam. And we've got our next intermission. Is it going to be 4 or is it going to be 20? I never know. But 20 points is quite a few in very fashionable style there at the very end of the jam. Yep, it'll be 20.
That didn't even feel like a 20-point jam. Like, I watched it. I talked about it.
We've been here the whole time.
Oh, we've been here the whole time. It was like a sleeper 20-point jam.
Sleeper 20 points. And if you're the Deltas, you don't want Catarina Hit scoring a 20-point sleeper jam. Absolutely not. You're going to go back to the locker room. Everybody's going to talk about what went well, mostly what they can improve on, I would say, without being too harsh. And the Bangers are comfortably in control of this bout so far. But you never know. You just never know.
It's true. Well, second we say something, the opposite will happen, so don't say anything.
Commentator's curse, alive and well. We all know this. We can read about people who gave us money. Why don't we do that?
Oh, let's do that.
I think it's your turn for the Kim Monahan read, if you wouldn't.
Sure.
Yeah.
I can talk about Kim. I know Kim.
Oh, you do? Wonderful.
Kim, a friend of mine.
Oh, friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Friend of the pod, Kim Monahan.
Friend of the pod, Kim Monahan. She's a financial advisor. She believes that everyone deserves a financial plan. So she's there to help you make any kind of plan. So don't think that you need to, be, Monopoly, Mr. Moneybags or Monopoly or whatever. She does a really good job of helping you fit your priorities and your family goals and your money goals and prepare for the future. And also, she's just really nice and really awesome, and I like her. So you should check out Kim Monahan. She's your local Northwestern Mutual financial advisor, and everyone should have a financial advisor. I'm going to say that because that's how people can tell you what to do, and then someday you can go on vacation to not be in a convention center somewhere.
Hey, what's wrong with convention centers or coliseums? They're okay, right? I mean, we have to be here, but...
I've been to so many cities where I've only seen the convention center, but Kim Monahan will help you plan a trip where you can sit on an actual beach.
Yes.
And breathe actual air.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's well, the inside joke there between the both of us is that if you're playing roller derby, you can sometimes get onto a travel team and you can go see other cities and stuff like that. And everybody's like, oh, you're traveling all over the place. That must be fun. It's like, yeah, I can tell you all about very nondescript warehouses in all kinds of different places. But that's about all I can tell you about.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Kim, if you hear this, but I love you. All right. I did my read.
You did your read, and I think I get to read about Turbo Tim's. I'm wearing their sweatshirt right now. I got one because I worked there for a couple of months. Anyways, Turbo Tim's has multiple auto repair locations in the Twin Cities. Famous for their shop kitties, Turbo Tim's is also committed to supporting fun, innovative, and caring causes to improve the community for everyone, much like North Star Roller Derby. You can meet the kitty crew and learn more at turbotims.com.
So another friend of the pod, then.
Another friend of the pod, yes.
There you go. Are there actual can you go?
There are actual cats. If you go to turbotims.com and click on Shop Cats, you can see all the different cats. Before, there used to be two cats, just Bobby and Steve, which I'm pretty sure is a tongue-in-cheek reference to a different auto garage that exists in the metro area, who shall not be named because I just named him. But no, they're actual cats that wander around. When I worked there, I became good friends with Jose and Bobby. And they were very nice kitties. Bobby had the wider nose. They were both black. They're all black cats. But, yeah, having shop cats is always fun. All the technicians love them because they work book rate. So if you know what that is, cool. If you don't, Google it. It's fine.
I don't know anything about auto repair, but I do know a lot about cats. I have 4 cats.
I have 4 cats.
Oh, are your cats also from the cat distribution system, otherwise known as Outside?
No, our cats are from Minneapolis Animal Care and Control and Humane Society and the Bitty Kitty Brigade. They haven't given us any money for a sponsor, but this is just like a hashtag not sponsored moment. The Bitty Kitty Brigade uses a network of volunteers to make sure that newborn kittens that have been neglected get bottle fed up to a point where they can be fostered then adopted out. So Bitty Kitty Brigade. I don't know if they have a .com. Again, they haven't given us any money, so I can't be too specific. But look them up if you're looking to get a little kitten.
I know that wanted to go fosters kittens, and I think it might be with them.
Well,
If not, somebody else I know does because I know the name. But all of my cats came from outside, one of whom the kittens went to a kitten foster, and then I live trapped the mama because she was still out there.
Oh,
and,
my.
couldn't find anywhere that had a spot for her, so now she lives in my house.
kind of a foster fail situation.
If
kind of.
taking a cat from outside is
Yeah.
foster failing, then I've done it 4 times.
Ah.
But she's
So
lovely.
you knew what you were doing.
I mean,
You knew what you were doing.
That
kind
cat
of.
came into my house, and we're like, we're gonna get her a foster. It'll be great. And then like my then 4-year-old took one look at that cat, and they're like soul bonded.
It's like my cat.
Yes,
That's
and
my
then the
cat,
cat, like she just lost her kittens, and so she looked at my 4-year-old, and she's like, "You are my kitten now." And these they
That
are like
is
literally attached
beautiful.
to each other. It is, except
I
that now I
love
have
that.
4 cats.
It's okay. Every time one of the things that we realized quickly about us having 4 cats is that when you go into a room, there's probably a cat,
Yeah.
and that's cool because
Yes.
we like cats because we have 4 of them.
Well, but two of the cats, the new cats, and one of the other cats, they don't like each other.
Oh
But
yeah.
if you just keep adding litter boxes, eventually they stop fighting.
They stop fighting. They're just like, no, I've got my own little box of clay dust. I can go over here and you can do your thing over there. It's fine.
It's true.
fine.
Anyway, this last 5 minutes has been brought to you by cats.
By 2 people who have known each other for a long time, realizing that both of us both have 4 cats.
So many cats.
So many cats. It's a lot of trips to pet stores.
Oh
is
my
what
gosh.
That turns into.
My cats eat wet food.
So do ours, and I realized
so many
that like
cans.
it's one of those like maintenance versus repair things. If you feed your cats wet food because they don't typically want to go find water someplace, by feeding them wet food, you are keeping them from you're not prohibiting or whatever, like I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is, but like you're not saying that they're never going to get kidney disease, but there's a less of a chance and it gets pushed out a little bit further. It's delayed, I would say.
I have been rotating in some dry food though because I've been having tooth problems. They need the crunch.
Yep, they need the crunch.
To clean their teeth.
Yep.
Anyway, you learn a lot about cats when you have like a million
Learn a lot about cats listening to roller derby, I tell you what. You are all learning about roller derby here being played at the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the happiest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Thank you for joining us. I am Owen Money.
I'm October Revolution.
And we're very happy that you are here. Just over 2 minutes. This is your official, unofficial 2-minute warning. If you're able to hear our voices while you are getting a snack, relieving yourself at a bathroom of some kind, or getting answering the door, keeping your pets from fighting with each other, putting your kids down for naps, whatever everybody does when they're listening to roller derby. I don't know.
If you put a kid down for a nap at 8:15 p.m., you're going to have a very bad
You
night.
have a very bad night, yeah. Would you put them down to sleep now?
I mean,
For
not
the
my
night?
children, but
No?
most children.
Most children? Okay.
My children are like up to, they're my children, so they don't sleep at night. They don't tell you that when you have kids. They're like, hey, are you a terrible insomniac? Your children will be too.
Guess what? You're going to have company. Yeah. And it's going to be your kids, and it's going to be your
know.
fault.
It is definitely my fault. And then it just makes me stay up later because by the time I get them all to bed, I'm like, now it's my turn to eat ice cream when no one is watching me. And then I go to bed at 2:30 in the morning. It's great.
Reviewing our comments here.
Look, dogs are awesome, but
Oh, yes. We do like puppies.
you're way less likely to have a dog distribution center that is your backyard.
That is very true. It's dogs are just more conspicuous, I would say. It's more likely
Yeah.
that somebody would see a dog in your neighborhood and then run after the dog with like a treat or a snack, and then that dog would then approach you, and then you have a new dog. If you're doing anything to a cat that is outside, it doesn't matter what it is, they will probably run away or attack you.
It's true.
Right away.
Unless you put them in a raccoon trap. Bring them
Ooh,
inside.
yeah. Now we're talking.
And give them to a 4-year-old.
We're circumnavigating that whole fight or flight response
It's
by
okay.
introducing the concept of traps.
People now are like, wait, you're handing feral cats to your child that doesn't
That's
sleep?
right.
And I'm like, welcome to roller derby.
Absolutely, we are.
Absolutely, that's what we're doing today.
Welcome back to the second half of bout number 2 here on December blank 9th. Last half of the last bout of the evening for everybody. Thanks again for joining us. We're going to be watching the Banger Sisters and Delta, not the Banger Sisters, the Bangers and Delta Delta Die trying to, the Delta's trying to claw their way back up the mountain that they have found in front of themselves.
A mountain made by multiple large jams by Katarina
Multiple
Hitt,
large jams by Katarina Hitt.
who's wearing the star right now.
So yeah, Katarina Hitt going to try to keep that that rep going for giant jams against who appears to be Guillotina, Kilroy, and two other blockers that I am unable to see right now because I am not God. That'll be Super Hut. Super Hut gets hit by Katarina, and out for lead jammer goes Katarina Hitt. The penalty whistle happening. There appears to be a multiplayer block being called against Jim Bay. Not lead jammer status being called on Kilroy after accepting that star pass from Slim Sadie. 4 additional points for Katarina Hitt. Yawn.
Did you just yawn?
That's a yawn of respect.
It brings the score to 88 to 19.
Is that a thing I can do? I don't know if I can do that. She just scores points so much. She just scores points so much. It's a respect thing, I think. I don't know.
She fights for every one of those.
She fights
points.
for all the points. Yes, we don't want to diminish anybody's efforts out there on the track. This is
I'm just being indignant because it's fun, right? I'm not actually mad at you now.
Yes,
Okay.
yep, we're good. Everything's fine. Speaking of fine, we've got 2 separate shapes being formed by each of the. Oh wow, a little rock and roll move there by Biz Kill, making sure that they stay in bounds to not invalidate them knocking Sailor Doom out of bounds on the outside of the pack there on the straightaway. Archie fighting against 4 pink jerseys, down to 2, down to none, and out goes Archie for lead jammer status for the Bangers. Sailor Doom recognizing that and taking that hat off. We've got a directional play penalty there being called on Trash Panda after she got shoved into Sailor and called for it. More whistles for everybody. We got whistles on whistles, and we've got Schwing going to the Bandit and Briggs penalty box. We have not mentioned the Power Jam sponsor enough, I don't think. So let's make a note to do that when that happens.
Museum Services.
Museum Services, that's correct. Jim Bay nearly with a successful campaign to keep Sailor Doom from attaining non-lead jammer status, but managed to make her way out of bounds. However, Jim Bay does have an opportunity for revenge right now. Oh, revenge she shall take. Knocking Sailor to the inside without allowing any points being scored. However, Sear is going to send Jim Bay to the penalty box for, I'm going to go ahead and say, a forearm. Something happened. If you were hearing humming there, is because Tober had her phone on the...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No.
I was trying to read the...
No, that's fine. That's totally okay. I was just like, I didn't know what that buzzing was, and I was like, oh, right, cell phones and low voltage
I was
basic
trying to read
audio
the chat
equipment.
without having to toggle the screen.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why we're
instead,
watching
I made
the thing.
everything buzz.
Yeah, you just made 21 people's speakers buzz very faintly. I was the only person that probably picked up on it. But speaking of picking up on things, the Delta's got lead jammer status. That is number 29, Zaboomafu. We've got more irregularities. We've got Hoff going over to the Bangers bench.
I think somebody might have left a water bottle over there.
Water bottle, wallet, contacts, keys, whatever. Don't know.
That's it. He's like, that one.
He pointed at something. We may yet find out what in the world he is all about.
I know. I'm like enamored with this. Score is 92 to 21. We got 16 minutes left in the half. We still don't know what Hoff was looking for at the other bench.
We may never know. If you want to join us at the after party at Gabe's in St. Paul, you can ask him yourself. He will be there for, I'm guessing, 15, 20 minutes.
Yep, it is the water bottle.
Yep, we have a no pass, no penalty there being called on Katarina Hit. So even though she is out of the pack first, it is a not lead jammer, and there was a star pass that happened. We also have another not lead jammer. So welcome to another 1 minute and 30 seconds of roller derby. How fun is that? So many points. That's 4-on-4 right now. Hit list is out for blood. Katarina Hit's like, I already did a bout.
She's out a lot. I mean, I'm not writing down the jammer rotation, but I feel like it is not deep.
Not deep. So Katarina Hit able to scoot around and pick up 4 more points, but then again, so does Hit list. There's a little bit of confusion, a lot of commotion going on there in the pack. Finally, it appears that the both of the teams are able to coalesce around each other. That allows for some jammer on jammer action, which means Katarina Hit's going to hit list all the way to the inside, recycling them back. Now it's as if the jam is just starting, considering effectively neither team has scored any points.
I mean, if you're Katarina Hit, you have all the time in the world, so why not waste it?
Very true.
I mean, it's not wasting it, actually. It's saving yourself energy.
Using your time wisely. Something I know very little, if nothing, about. There goes Katarina Hit out for 4 more points, and Hit list is, at this point, unable to pick up 4 points. Ooh, a little bit of jammer on ref action there. 4 points there for Hit list, able to keep her skates in bounds on the inside line on that first apex.
It's a 12-12 jam right now. That's exhausting.
It is exhausting, but it's one of those things like staring contests. Like, yeah, does anybody really win a staring contest because everybody's eyes get tried out? It's like, yeah, somebody wins because someone might blink.
No one wins.
Neither.
16 up, as they would say in tennis.
And the largest jam for the Deltas, effectively, not exactly, but very close to doubling their point score, has been effectively wiped out by an identically scored jam by the Bangers. So we know the Deltas can do it. They just got to keep the Bangers from doing it too.
The score is 108-37. Sasbury is jamming for the Bangers. You got Sailor Doom for the Delta die.
A lot of shoving. The Deltas are one blocker down. Trash Panda going up for some offense and then going right back into defense. Sasbury able to pick up lead jammer status. One of the bench coaches, She Colai, was flapping her arms but was told then not to, and now is giving the, just keep going, whatever. We're up by math amount of points. There's just under 13 minutes left, and we've got we got Lunatic going to the box for the Deltas.
Oh!
Woo!
It was a hit so hard that the momentum tipped Kilroy over with it.
Oh, boy. Kilroy loves hitting and she loves singing. Don't tell anybody that I told you that she loves to sing. Don't do it.
You're in trouble.
I am in trouble now. Anywho, that's 4 points for the Bangers and none for the Deltas. Kilroy, please don't hurt me.
Score is 112-37. We got 12 minutes left in this game and in the night.
Yeah, then we'll see y'all at Gabe's in St. Paul for a little after-party action. Speaking of action, we've got number 29 for the Deltas. That'll be Zaboomafu, and up against Katarina Hit. Katarina Hit attempting to get through hit list. That'll be number 300, Aerial Assault. And Sunny Ono. We have a out-of-play penalty being called on Sunny Ono, however, so that'll be shortened pack for shortened set of blockers there for the Deltas. But Zaboomafu is still the lead jammer. Sees Katarina Hit coming through, able to juke their way to the inside to pick up 4 quick points. However, Katarina Hit able to go in and out, get 4 of herself.
A little bit of penalty confusion at the beginning of that pass, but
there really was.
Everybody stayed on the track.
Everybody's there, except for Sunny Ono, of course, because they're standing now in the Bandit Breaks penalty box. We have another penalty being called. As soon as Sunny Ono is out, A Girl Has No Name enters.
It was a multiplayer block.
Multiplayer, yep. Zaboomafu will call it off, picking up 4 points. 8 points for Zaboomafu, 8 points, for Katarina Hit.
Score
45
stays
yep.
120 to 45. I say stays. Score is 120 to 45. 10.5 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, and if you want to, and as Tani pointed out, if you want to check off basically a free box on your after-party bingo sheet, you can ask Hoff about a squirrel in his yard.
There's a
Everything's
timeout happening. There was some confusion at the penalty box. Sear was talking to the box. A girl has no name was released, but it looks like Marlboro Dread is sitting in the box now. I don't know if that was a swap or if Marlboro Dread was supposed to be there and a girl has no name wasn't supposed to be there, but whatever happens. Oh, wait, it's a team timeout now.
Well, okay.
It's the Bangers team timeout.
It's a Bangers team timeout.
Whatever happened in the penalty box happens.
And it will stay in the penalty box. Again, thank you to everybody for joining us here on the new home of North Star Roller Derby, youtube.com/@North Star Roller Derby. Leave a comment, like and subscribe. Whatever else they tell you to do, I'm not a YouTuber. Click a bell, that's the other thing.
I want to say thank you to MP Accounting Services. Empower your company's finances with Northeast Minneapolis' premier queer-owned accounting firm. Our bean counters provide inclusive and personalized controller, payroll, and bookkeeping services for small and medium-sized businesses in Minnesota and beyond. So if you have a small business or you need an accountant, maybe for your own LLC or something, you should definitely check out MP Accounting Services. Queer-owned and a friend of roller derby.
We like friends of roller derby, don't we?
Absolutely, especially
I think we like that.
when they sponsor us and also help people in our community.
That's some super duper stuff. Speaking of super, there goes Slim Sadie for lead jammer status, and not even 5 feet behind is Jim Bay. Jim Bay smells blood and is out to get him. Got some jammer on jammer action, calling it up before any blood is shed.
It was a straight foot race.
That was an absolute foot race.
Everyone had fun.
Everybody did.
Everyone had giant smiles as they skated as fast as humanly possible.
Yep, I could see the smile even behind the mask that Jim Bay is wearing. In case you were hungry, they are still serving pizza by the smells of it here at the Coliseum.
I thought it was hot dogs. I'm like, whatever it is, I'm hungry.
My first whiff was bacon. I'm like, they don't have bacon. So the second one was like, yeah, they probably have hot dogs, but that is absolutely a pepperoni pizza under the hot lamp. Yep. Speaking of a hot lap, oh, no, never mind. Sailor Doom is going out on a penalty whose gesture I missed, but that does mean that it is a Museum Services Power Jam for Sasbury and the Bangers. Boy, did they need that. They're only leading by 70-something points.
Good math.
I'm super good at math. That's why I'm here talking to people on a Saturday night on the internet. Sasbury.
Wait, was I supposed to be good at math? Because I'm not.
I'm definitely not good at math.
Oh,
there goes Trash Panda providing some last-minute offense for Sasbury on this power jam. Just enough good was done, and 4 points is the reward. Out comes Sailor Doom from the penalty box. Eyes up that Trash Panda blocker on the inside of the first apex there. Unable to move her out of the way enough. And currently getting recycled by Trash Panda. However, there is going to be a high block being called on Sailor Doom. Back to the Bandit and Briggs penalty box they go. Just over 8 minutes remain in period 2, bout 2 of bout number 3 for season 18. That's all the numbers I care to talk about.
Did you just say the score? Because I couldn't hear. If not, it's
I didn't. No, all you.
It's 132 to 45 with about 8 minutes left in this game.
Seamless segue. We're very good.
Sorry, I can't hear you. You were faced away from me.
I was, and since we are an amateur DIY operation, that means only one set of our headphones works.
It's okay, I don't need headphones. That's Kettering Hit, who's a lead jammer for the Bangers.
Yeah, she needs lead jammer status like she needs the air she breathes. Apparently.
This is a power jam, right? Yeah, it's a
this
Museum
is
Services
a Museum
power
Services power jam, correct. 4 more points. Holding up what I presume is the offense call. Yep. Giraffic Jam Raffi able to convey that to the rest of the blockers. In goes Rude Barb to the pack. But Katarina Hit still stuck behind Aerial Assault, Kilroy, and two other blockers who I will talk about in a moment. That'll be Lunatic and I believe that is...
I think it was Ravi who just cleared the inside line
yes,
for
indeed.
Katarina Hit there. That was good work.
Love seeing defense. Oh, that's a flinch there on Sunny Ono. She may be injured, but toughing it out.
This has been a long. Was there another penalty called?
There was absolutely another penalty called. Yes.
Yeah, 'cause there's no way that she's still in the penalty box, right? I'm like,
nope.
This seems like longer than 30 seconds.
Very, very much longer than 30 seconds. It's been. Oops, and Katarina Hit actually gets hit to the outside there by Kilroy, and the rest of the deltas there. So Sunny Ono nursing something, still be able to race to the front of the pack to ensure that Katarina Hit does in fact go out of bounds to the inside.
Whenever that happens, I like sing from the window to the wall in my head. So you all know. Anyway, cover the whole track, friends.
Cover the whole track, and there goes, oh, Katarina Hit is putting it to bed, giving it the night-night. She has had quite an evening of already playing one bout and then going and jamming for this bout.
See how it's 3. We're going to be 1 point short of a second 20-point jam. Yep, 19 points on the jam, 151 to 45, so it's over 100 points now.
For one skater.
Yeah.
It's a lot of points.
I wish I were keeping track now so I could do a percentage. I regret not keeping my own stat sheet at this moment.
You know, I tried to do that at the very first, I tried to do that for the first bout of the season, and I started writing numbers down, and then like halfway through I gave up because I was so focused on what was going on the track. So like, if you want to join North Star Roller Derby as a statistician exclusively assigned to the announcers, we've got openings.
Oh, I can teach you how to, I used to do it every game. I can teach you how to do it.
Never mind.
Offer
rescinded.
I would like someone else to do it, as always.
Right.
They call it a producer, you know.
Oh, a producer, excuse
me. It's a producer,
yeah.
yeah. You just hand.
In any case, we got Zaboom. Oh, that is Zaboomafoof jamming for the Deltas, trying to get that star pass off to hit list. It is successful. Jim Bay is hit to the back of the pack. Already picked up lead jammer status, so we're going to find out how the rest of this goes. Yep, it'll be 4 more points for the Bangers. Here comes hit lists on the outside of the pack with speed and a free pass to the front of the pack for 4 points. Undervalued participant back out there hitting folks around. Able to prohibit perhaps an additional scoring pass there by Jim Bay. But we'll find out as the outside ref and jam ref are conversing and cahooting with each other, and that'll be 2 points actually for Jim Bay, excuse me.
We got just under 4 minutes left, and the score is 157 to 50.
So yeah, if Katarina Hit were in here, this would be a lot closer of a game, I think. And speaking of, there goes Katarina Hit for another lead jammer status. The blocker, or the jammer, the star pass has already happened. I blinked and I missed it, and there goes Kilroy out for another. Oh, yeah, that'll be aerial assault guiding Super Hut into the inside so that they could hit Katarina Hit out of bounds. Katarina Hit, however, spying that outside gap. Kilroy looks like she went for the same gap, and subsequently everybody fell over. Kilroy getting hit to the outside there by Marlboro, Dread, Archie, and Raff. Nope, never mind. I was mistaken. That'll be Kilroy going to the box on a penalty that I did not see or hear called.
I didn't hear a whistle either, but it clearly happened.
Yep. We have a direction of play penalty there being called on aerial assault. Katarina Hit able to stay on 1 foot and inbounds for 4 more points.
It's been a long night when it looks like Katarina Hit is tired. Because
yeah, that doesn't happen often.
I have very rarely ever seen what I just saw, which was a little bit of like slowing down.
Yeah, a little bit of lethargy.
To be fair, This is
She's
her.
their second bout of the night.
Yes. Multiple 20-point jams.
Yep.
Um,
Kilroy approaching the back. She's out of the box. And almost through. Just has to beat Archie and Marlboro Dread. And now Katarina Hitt is there to provide some blocking services. Fancy footwork there by Kilroy, however, sticking her to the outside. Then jukes back to the inside for 4 more points.
Kilroy is what we call in roller derby a triple threat.
Oh, yeah, triple
They're
threat.
just
You've got
a really good pivot. Like, always takes that star pass, but then is a really strong jammer. And
very strong
for
jammer.
a long time
Yep.
was a jammer and has been a pivot at least 2-3 seasons now. And it's just she's real reliable. She's a very good blocker.
Absolutely.
And is able to kind of be whatever the team and the track needs at that time. So I'm going to sing a little praises to Kilroy.
Yeah. Shout outs to everybody out there who's pivoting, blocking, and jamming all at the same time. Roller derby is very hard to do. And when you're able to do all 3 of the major, if you're able to eat from all 3 of the major food groups in derby, you're doing real good. Speaking of doing real good, Bangers once again have lead jammer status courtesy of Sass Berry. Going to the outside, able to get just beyond undervalued participant. And Black-Eyed Susie able to pick up 4 more points. Coming back around, the star is in the hand of Zabumafu. Trying to psych him out. There goes Jim Bay, able to get a block on.
Another jammer who's a great blocker. That was Hitless,
Yeah.
who slowed Sasbury down quite a bit.
There was a little bit of a pile up in the middle there at the far side of the track there in the second straightaway. Star Pass has been successful, and Lunatic will be your jammer for the Deltas for the remainder of this, period, I'm guessing. As we've only got 13, 12, 11 seconds left. And since the Bangers are in control of lead jammer status, I don't think they're going to call it off before everything else is done.
No, 1 point left. 1 second left. Okay, we're on jam time now. The period clock has expired. When this jam ends, it will be the end of this game. Score is 181-54, so we kind of know.
And we're going to put 3 more points into the bucket there for the Banger Sisters after Sasbury calls it off with both hands after having a very successful Foster evening.
3 up on the board for the Deltas. That's going to make the unofficial final score 184-57. This is a game for the Bangers.
This is a game for the Bangers and a game for the history books, as we have all talked about this evening. Thank you again for joining us here at the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum on the friendliest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. And thanks for joining us on youtube.com/@NorthStarRollerDerby. We will see everybody back online or back in person for the February bout.
And just one more thank you for our sponsors. We have West Photo, who was a sponsor of ours. And then for our Power Jams, we're sponsored by Museum Services, our penalty box by Bandit and Briggs. We've also have Kim Monahan, Turbo Tim's Automotive, Tiffany D. Moore Consulting, P Fund, MP Accounting Services. And don't forget that you can stop by Fair State Brewing Cooperative on December 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. And they're giving us $1 for every beer sold. So
we will see you there. Yep.
To all of our sponsors, to everyone who helps us out, everyone in our organization, officials, volunteers, and all of you. So have a wonderful night.
Thanks, everybody. I've been Owen Money.
I'm October Revolution.
And that's exactly how we would have done it. Have a great night.